an unbelievably picky 4-year-old. Do you remember, in the end, she literally had him eating out of her hand. So bring on challenge number 2.
Hello, we're the Venis family from Stockton-on-Tees. I'm Gail, this is Bethany, and this is Cait.
I'm 7.5 years old. I like cheese, pasta, pizza, but I don't like meat, fish, broccoli and carrots. Yeah.
We dread sitting down to eat as a family because Bethany will start to play up and cry and make excuses to leave the table.
Please.
Ooh, it's a waste of food, isn't it? It does affect family life to the point where we all get frustrated knowing that a fight is going to happen. Cait eats everything and everybody else's meals as well. We've tried to influence Bethany by saying, look, Cait's tried it, why don't you try it? But she's refused, and we don't want Cait to suddenly realise this is how you get attention and stop eating herself. Bethany's never eaten from being a very young baby. We're just sick of cooking meals, all the extra washing up, all the food that goes in the bin. And as a family really, and particularly me, we're just absolutely end of our tether. We just don't know what to do. I just want her to be able to sit down, and even if she eats something healthy 3 times a week, that would be absolutely fantastic.
Put it in the bin.
And Bethany and Gail are here now. Hello.
Hello.
Well, she certainly looks well on it, I have to say. She's
Yes.
a lovely little girl. Did this sort of suddenly happen, or has she always been difficult eating?
Always,
Right,
always
from the
been
word go?
difficult. From when I started weaning, always difficult.
Right. So
Always.
all the baby foods that, you know, there's a huge range of them. She'd only, what would she eat out of baby food?
She had to have yoghurt mixed with everything. She would only open her mouth if yoghurt was on the end of the spoon. So she had yoghurt mixed with all baby foods.
But you like pasta, don't you?
Yeah.
What's your favourite pasta? Is it spaghetti or will anything do?
Does she like the sauces on the pasta, or is
No.
it just plain
No,
boiled
just plain
pasta?
pasta.
Yes.
What else does she eat?
Bit of grated cheese on it. Cheese on toast,
That's it, is it?
basically.
And I've heard that your little baby sister eats like a little gannet. She eats really well, doesn't she? Yeah? Did she eat your food?
Yeah.
Bethany, do you think that you're a fussy eater, or do you think that you're just kind of, well, certainly before you were a sort of normal eater?
I think I'm a fussy eater.
Yeah, I think you're a fussy eater too. Yeah, all right. OK, well, sit tight. We've got a little film to show you.
Yeah, because we're going to show what happened. You met the Foodie Godmother, didn't you? Yeah? Was she nice?
Yeah.
Yes, good. We're going to see what happened when the Foodie Godmother came to call.
Hello, you must be Gail. I'm Annabelle Carmel. I'm Rich and Judy's Foodie Godmother. And I hear that mealtimes with Bethany are a bit of a nightmare. So I've come to sort out your problems.
Thank you. Come in.
So the lovely Bethany is not really eating very much red meat. Or no red meat at all, in fact. And I think that's a problem because about 25% of young children are deficient in iron. And if you're deficient in iron, it means that you tend to be tired, you don't concentrate so well at school, and you're more prone to infection.
Right.
So I'd like to find a way to get her to eat red meat. So I thought, because she likes pasta and she likes cheese sauce, so maybe we could make cannelloni and stuff it with red meat. It might work, it might not work, but it's worth a try.
Right.
So now we've baked our cannelloni in the oven for about 30 minutes. We're going to decorate it to look like 6 little people sleeping in a bed. So do you know what those faces are made from, Bethany? Mushrooms, okay. And we've made eyes from little pieces of black olives and a smile from some red pepper.
Looks delicious.
Well, it's got carrots in.
No, there's no
No,
carrots.
there's no
in it.
carrots in.
This is the pasta here.
Well, I don't like bolognese.
You've never
try
tried
this.
it? It's really nice.
Do you like that? Good girl. Different coloured fruits give you different vitamins. That's why these traffic light lollies are so good, because you have all these different colours in them, orange, red and green. The first layer was strawberries, and the second layer was peaches. We're doing the final layer now. And you have to freeze them in stages. Okay, now I'm going to pop them into here, and we're going to use the Foodie Godmother's magic wand. Press hard. Okay, well done. Push down. Whoa! Comes out looking a little bit like a traffic light.
I like the strawberry.
Do you? You haven't got the rest yet, though.
It's really nice.
So,
The strawberries
Isn't it
actually
yummy?
taste like that.
strawberries taste like that. Oh, that's a revelation, isn't it? The dreaded lunchtime. And I've made something that my 2 little girls love, which is sweet and sour chicken. And it's flavoured with tomato ketchup and soy sauce. And I find that children love that little bit of kind of Chinese-y type soy sauce flavours. Did you like that? Oh, good. That's a new recipe for you. Well, I think since you've been such a good girl and eaten all your chicken, which is a huge surprise to you.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Okay, now for dessert we've got some raspberry ripple yogurt. I've made that with some whole milk vanilla yogurt. I use whole milk yogurt because it's better for children. You shouldn't give them semi-skimmed yogurts, you know, low-fat yogurts, because they're growing. And I made some raspberry puree out of some fresh raspberries.
I like raspberry yogurt and it is like...
Wow, it's raspberry yogurt now. Well done.
I've only got...
What have you done to my lovely raspberry yogurt? So how do you feel about today?
I'm absolutely amazed. Certainly the chicken that she ate, she would normally not touch chicken, and she thoroughly enjoyed that and actually asked for more, which is never heard of with Bethany. And I will keep up the good work.
That's fantastic. That is a cranberry cookie. You want to take a bite? Now, weren't you the little girl who told me you didn't like cranberries? Are you the same girl? Are you Bethany? And do you like cranberries now?
You said Annabelle joins us now. Well done again. Fantastic achievement. We've got some of your cranberry cookies here.
These are ones that she cooked?
Do you mind?
She's made them.
Do you mind if we try them? Can we? Just have a little bite. They smell fantastic, actually.
But when I first gave them to her, she thought there were cherries inside them and she picked them all out. And I said, oh, try one. So she took one. She said, oh, that's quite yummy. And then I told her they were bouncing berries, because you know that cranberries, when they're good, they bounce. And if they're bruised or damaged, they don't bounce. And that's how they know whether they're good ones.
Right.
And also, when they harvest cranberries, they grow in a bog. And they flood the bog, and then they have this big machine that's an egg beater, and they swirl the water around, and that gets the berries off the vines.
You seem basically to be giving the food that you wanted to eat with a kind of a back catalogue. You know, there's a sort of backstory to it that engages the child's imagination.
Well, they don't know how things grow. They don't know potatoes grow under the ground. Children just see things in a supermarket. So give them a bit of background, it's quite fun. And then she tried to drop one of the dry cranberries on the table and she thought it would bounce, because it's only the fresh cranberries that bounce.
These are delicious, darling. They're lovely. Really tasty.
And you made these ones, didn't you? You just made them with me.
Have you tried the chicken yourself, Gail, since...
Yes, yeah, we've
Since
tried
Annabelle
it. She
left.
does like it, yes.
She still likes it?
Yes, still likes it.
That's fantastic. So that's one meat she's definitely eating now.
Does she know that basically this is all being done through the arts of disguise? Is she aware of that?
Well, the chicken wasn't so much disguised.
No,
we just made a lovely sauce. And what we did was, because, you know, there's like a wicked fairy out there, and when you have chicken, it's like in the shape of a dinosaur and covered in breadcrumbs. So we took the breadcrumbs away, we gave her fresh chicken, but we made a kind of a Chinese-style sauce with tomato ketchup and soy sauce, little rice wine vinegar, and a little bit of sugar and some sesame oil. And it's really tasty. And I've noticed that children like going to a Chinese restaurant.
Yeah.
I make these meals that are like quick and easy ways of making Chinese food for children, and she just loved the taste.
So, Gail, do you reckon that this is something that you can now continue? I mean, it doesn't sound... Are you okay at cooking? Are you reasonably good?
Not too good, but I can try.
But what I'm saying is, do you think you can carry on where she's what
I
she
think
started?
so. The recipes were quite simple, actually.
Yeah.
They were quite easy, and I do cook for my youngest, which is where I think I went wrong. Bethany was brought up in jarred food.
And have you found that this kind of... Because we know this from our kids, that this horrible battleground of the kitchen table, you know, it can get out of hand, you know. Has that gone now?
Hopefully,
Fantastic.
yes.
But you've got to cook in the family now.
Yes.
So you can soon hand it over. And that's really important, that children learn to cook. And she loved making the lollies with me, didn't you? We had a great time, didn't we? I was so worried because it was 3.5 hours to get to where you live. And I looked at the lollies at the end of the journey and they're starting to melt. And I thought the whole thing would like merge. The green, the yellow and the red would end up some horrible murky brown colour. And they wouldn't have been so successful. But we were lucky, weren't we?
Can I ask you something, though? Realistically, does a working mother, would she have the time to do the same kind of recipes that you do?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, the recipes that I do are very quick and very easy and very manageable. And it's just finding that secret ingredient, which is the child appeal in a recipe.
And letting the
that
kids
they like.
help cook. I mean, that's the key thing, isn't it? So they get involved in the preparation of the food. This is what we discovered last time. Well, I think it's an amazing result. That's 2 out of 2. I mean, you know, very picky little 4-year-old.
She was very difficult.
Yeah, but the 4-year-old last week, he was not susceptible to logic, you know, or reasoning, not at all. But you've got him on a really good diet. We checked with his mother. He's still eating really well.
Oh, that's great. And this was a
And you too.
vegetable-hating vegetarian. With a lot of those around.
Yep.
No fish, no chicken, no meat, no vegetables, which is vegetarian. But we've got you onto chicken, and we'll do our best to get you onto meat soon.
OK, well, I think we'll give you one more challenge.
These are
Right.
the nicest cookies I've ever eaten.
That's
Honestly,
what she said.
I mean it. Help yourself,
Okay.
darling. Do have one if you want to. OK, do get in touch with us if you've got a child who won't eat properly. You can just call us on 08703 66 2266 or email